Hey gang, welcome back to Film Director Reacts, and you are so lucky because today I am giving you a bonus video. Not on the schedule, because everyone's asking for Loona. Loona. It's kind of like you guys like Loona or something, and I actually like Loona a lot. This is their new music video. I have actually not seen any of the trailers or anything, so I'm going into this fresh. So let's check this out after we run the intro. My name's Paul Leach, and I'm a writer-director in Los Angeles. I've been interviewed by such publications as the Huffington Post and the New York Council on Cultural Affairs. I've worked with Emmy winners and Oscar winners, and the feature film that I directed went to Cannes. In this series, we break down footage from the point of view of a film director, and we will stop often to look at shots. If you have not seen this video or this footage before, please go watch the whole thing all the way through, because again, we stop all the time and then come back here and break down the footage together with us. Okay gang, don't forget, if you have not seen this video all the way through, please go watch the video all the way through and then come back here where we will break it down together. Again, we're going to stop quite a bit, so if you don't like that, go watch the video first and then come back here, yada yada. You guys who are here know the score. So again, I have not seen this video, so I'm interested to check this out. Let's give this a shot, shall we? After I load it up. And action. By the way, number 18 on trending. Oh, this reminds me, this little opening reminds me of Kim Lip's video. I don't think it's the same place, but she was standing on kind of this pedestal in this kind of circular location. It's a cool wipe here. It's either a wipe digitally or done in post-production, or there's a post that they're going past. Coming in strong with the horns. Man, check it out. Good editing already. All right, let's go back for a second. So this is a good example, guys, of forced perspective, where you have something in extreme foreground, goes past your face, creates a lot of depth. Love this already. Is this the same company that has been doing all their other stuff? I guess we'll see. Great edit. Super good editing, drum beat right on the hit, and it's a whole new scene. This editing here is pretty typical K-pop editing, if you notice. Just a lot of cutting between wide shots and mid shots, but the lighting is amazing. And I don't know if this is a set or this is a real location. I'm guessing it's a set because it looks too perfect. Now, do you guys also notice that for contrast with the dark background, they really pop out wearing this light stuff, although you kind of lose them down here underneath, but their legs are exposed, so you kind of see their legs. So you kind of have that contrast. Good job. This is so good. Okay, so a lot of Loona videos, I feel like there's some hallways or something that you kind of run down, or there's some kind of enclosed space, whether it's a train, or there was this one in, I don't remember, was it So What, where there was this long kind of like corridor they're running down, or this it wasn't a corridor, it was sort of like you know what I'm talking about. This is good because it makes you feel compressed, so there's barriers on either side. And look at all this depth in the background, so it goes way back, and of course these girls are popping out of the foreground. Good job. So, you guys have watched my stuff before, you know that this is a Dutch angle. And again, they're shooting through something, so there's something in the extreme foreground which creates depth. I love this. Good job. High shutter speed, great shot though. This looks really awesome in that digital effect of her hair on fire. So I almost wish this blue part came in right on the chorus, or the pre-chorus, I'm not really sure yet. Right there, I wish it came in right there to really create a transition, something a little different. It's fine though. I feel like it came 2 bars too late. That's what I wanted. Something where it was right on the beat and then just changed like that. Super good. This is called, oh, Paint the Town. Ah, Paint the Town. All right, let's check this out again. So this is interesting. This is a lot more in studio. A lot of their old stuff had that real cinematic feel, which was outside. There were a couple outside shots, but this is definitely more in studio, which isn't bad. It's just kind of, this is kind of more like other groups a little bit more. Let's see where this goes. Of course, you guys know all this bokeh effect, all that is done in post-production. I know they're doing a lot of stuff with the eyes. I'm assuming that's from their subunit, Odd Eye Circle. These are such beauty shots. The lighting is so good, and the lighting is so good on her. And just rotating that, super. I really like this kind of Eastern kind of flair to this. Cool. So I think that's Kim Lip, right? Kim Lip. And she's like one of the main vocalists, I think. Good transition. I like this. This is really different. A lot of Loona's stuff tends to be a little bit more on the jazzy side. It kind of has that really kind of, sort of, it's hard to explain, sort of like, you know, Butterfly sounded. This is a little bit more driving, kind of like So What? Dig it. Good job. Oh, let's check out this transition. It's really good. She did this thing. Awesome. Good way to transition. This background's cool. So you just project something on the background, it creates all this energy. They're doing a lot in this video with the bokeh effect and like shooting through something. Super great. It creates just a lot of depth. This reminds me of 300, kind of like, just kind of has that feel, like warrior women. Love that. Good. They just totally changed the tonality in this new part with this orb. I guess we'll find out what it is. Super. I love that because everything is so bright and like cool, and yeah, there's just black space. They're doing a lot of push-ins. Have you noticed that? Just a lot of push-ins. They're not pulling out as much, but they're pushing in quite a bit. Let's back up a little bit. Thank you for whoever's telling me all these shortcuts. Push in. Push in. Alright, that's cool. Let's see that again. So she's putting her feet down. So what they did there is they just did, it was two different shots. They're both mid shots. One was sort of a mid from the ankles up, and the other actually showed some of the foreground, or the ground underneath her. So they just cut between those and they did this slow motion effect. Good for really accenting something. It was nice. Is that Eve? Eve. Yeah, the song is a lot more driving than a lot of their stuff. I dig it. Water drops. I love... Gosh, this is so nice. I hope they show this again. I'm a real fan, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, of Ridley Scott stuff. Ridley Scott stuff always has something floating in the air. If you watch any Ridley Scott movie, Kingdom of Heaven, there's something floating in the air. Legend, there's stuff floating in the air. The Alien movies, there's stuff floating in the air. So he has all this kind of very magic, gives kind of this magical kind of look. I'd like to say that they're cutting faster as we get towards the end, but they've been cutting fast the whole time. And they have a lot of different sets. So because they have so many sets and just kind of, it gives you all this variety. If they only had like 1 or 2 sets, it'd be very hard to get that feeling of just tension. But because they have so many different things and they're doing a really good job with close-ups, you don't really see too many close-ups like this in these videos. Like that. I really love it when someone's face fills the frame. We'll see another one here. Yeah, like, it's extreme close-ups. So in TV and film, when you do close-ups, it's really because you really want to connect with the audience, or you want people to feel connected to you. And this is one of the ways you do it. They don't really do that in much of these videos, but this is one of the ways that you should do it, and I wish people would do this more with really extreme close-ups. Action. Super good. So what they're doing is they're bookending this now. So they started here and now towards the end, well, kind of sort of the end. So this new breakdown section, they're bringing us back into this one area. Really well thought out, because you want to tell a narrative, you want to tell a story. Good job. And do you guys notice how her dress is red? And everything is kind of dark, so it just really pops out of the background. I know we talk a lot about high contrast. Super good job. It's good. They're really cutting on the beat. Super good. So these kind of shots are actually more difficult than you think, where there's CG and it's light, because in order to make this work, you have to illuminate her face right here. So it looks like there's light coming down from this part that's added in afterwards, so you really have to think about that. Usually what they'll do is they'll hold up some sort of like green screen ball so that they have something to focus on. So they'll just kind of have it on a stick and they'll lift it up. So the person is actually looking at something and tracking, and then it can be done reversed in keyed out in post-production. Doing such a good job with depth. Look at this contrast. Good. Another close-up. Super great. And then it's on, I think, Chu. When she hits her note, they just change scenes. This is the same place Kim Lip was, right? Now they're all dancing there. Oh, that's such good framing. Let's see this. Oh, that's so nice. It's kind of out of focus here. Cool. Did you guys see that? They cut right on the beat. That was awesome. So I really like it when they cut between the big groups and then individuals like that, because it's group, individual, because it really allows you to connect with the people in the groups, especially when there's so many. So each one kind of gets their own little bit of moment. Check this out, guys. Plus it causes a textural difference. You know what's missing from this is all the running. I'm used to like all the Loona videos where people are like running and then like the camera's like whipping towards them and whipping around and stuff. This doesn't have it. I feel like they're changing directions a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. I like that bounce. Did you see the little bounce that the girls in the front did? That was choreographed, so dun, you know, because normally you could just go down, but they did a little bounce. Awesome. That little bounce. Ha! Great. Are they gonna do something after this? So she's wearing blue now. Oh, it's a different girl, that's why. Again, and cinematically, I wish she wasn't dead center. It would be better if she was a little bit offset, but this is a video. Music video. Great, let's talk about it. So Loona's Paint the Town. Like, you always wonder what you're going to get from Loona. I mean, you know it's going to be good, but they have such a variety of styles, and their stuff has always been a little bit left of mainstream in a good way. Like, sort of has those sort of jazzy influences and just sort of has that kind of like specific Loona flavor, which is very important when you brand yourself because you kind of want that branding. And I really dig it. They were basically one of my top 3 groups from last year, and this was super exciting. I think that I saw it was Digipetty, the one people who did the other Loona videos, the ones that were really cinematic. So what you notice, what they did quite a bit, is they did quite a bit of forced perspective where there were things in front of people's faces. So they were shooting through something which created depth. They also did a great job with cutting on the beat, and that's more the editor, or maybe the director spoke with the editor. There was that one place that they didn't, but largely later in the different sections, they cut to the beat and changed scenes as soon as a new section started. I really like that because it really gives it some impact. I also really like the fact that they did a lot of close-ups, even extreme close-ups sometimes. You see so many wide shots, to see these extreme close-ups really create some textural difference. This song was cool. It had a lot of Eastern flair, which has kind of been big in K-pop music for a while now. That sort of Eastern, like the Mixolydian and Lydian modes. Those are really cool, and we don't do that much in the West here, which is a shame, a crying shame, because it adds such this really cool flavor to it. I really liked the evolution of the directing here from this same group. They didn't just take the outside stuff and only take the inside stuff. They really combined them together, and they really had, where before it was just very cinematic and sort of just natural lighting. You got this real natural light feel. It felt very cinematic. Here you had very dramatic beauty lighting. The beauty lighting inside was just very hard hitting. They were just washed by light, so they all looked great. And I think it kind of added somewhat to the tonality of the song. The song was very hard-hitting, so this created something that was more hard-hitting and sort of more vibrant. Really well directed, some beautiful compositions where the directors had to think about how they're going to edit and where the CG things were coming in and out. It's just very beautifully directed. This group, Digipetty, does an amazingly good job, especially pulling all these different elements together. But in a lot of ways, having a lot of elements is actually kind of more fun because you have more ingredients to bake with as opposed to just having a couple ingredients. So it was really good. They did a super great job. I would love to kind of see behind the scenes when it comes out to see where they're shooting, how they're shooting it. That would be really interesting. So for Loona, oh, and by the way, I'm going to record a couple other videos today for next week, including a Pixie one that was recommended by Scott Adams and a few other people, so that'll be awesome next week as well. But for Loona and Paint the Town, PTT, it's a wrap.